Coming up on today's episode. From a young age, you were taught how to see yourself through family, through environment, through experiences that shaped how you interpret things. And over time, those repeated messages became your internal voice. Here's how you can take your power back. So, step one. Hi, this is Notes with Numfundo. I hope you're sitting down to hear the truth. Some of the thoughts you are defending are not even yours. And that's where things get deeper than just think positive or change your mind. Because now we're talking about origin. Where did the thought come from? Who gave it to you? And why did you accept it without even questioning it? From a young age, you were taught how to see yourself through family, through environment, through experiences that shaped how you interpret things. And over time, those repeated messages became your internal voice. So now, when you think I'm not ready or I'm not good enough, it feels like it's speaking, but it's not. It feels like it's you speaking, sorry, but it's not. It's an echo, an inherited belief that settled in your mind and got comfortable. The problem is, once a thought feels familiar, you don't question it. You trust it, and even if it's limiting to you. So now your life is being shaped by thoughts you didn't consciously choose. You were unaware, but you continue to agree with it daily. That's how powerful the mind is. It doesn't care where the thought came from. If you keep repeating it, it becomes the truth to you. And once it becomes truth, it starts directing your decisions, what you go for, what you avoid, what you believe is possible. I think an example, I don't know if it's a perfect example, but an example is money and us Black people, specifically here in South Africa, because that's where I'm at. I remember watching this one podcast where this woman was talking about manifesting money and just money in general and her childhood. And I began to look at, in general, all of us, we are all taught that we need to go and work for someone in order to make money, that we can't make money on our own doing other things. We can't be entrepreneurs. We are just made to work. There's this common thing that people say that Black people are hard workers. Therefore, they must go and work for someone. They're hard workers. They're hard workers. And it limits us into believing that we can't be entrepreneurs, we can't make money on the side by ourselves, we can't push our own products. We have to be pushing somebody else's stuff. We have to be working hard for somebody else because that is what we've been conditioned. I believe apartheid, slavery, all of that has conditioned our minds to believe that we are hard workers for somebody else. That limits us. Imagine the amount that we can make or what we can do with ourselves if we just do for ourselves. Instead, we're constantly thinking, nope, I need to work for boss. I need to work for boss. I need to work for boss. So now, with these limiting thoughts that have been forced on to us, it's created a reality. These are inherited thoughts, creating a life that I didn't or you didn't intentionally design. And this is where awareness becomes everything. Because once you realize this thought is not mine, you create space. Space to question it, space to reject it, space to replace it. But awareness alone is not enough. You need to know what to do next. So here's how you can take your power back. So, step one, when the thought comes, pause. The moment it comes up, don't run with it automatically. Just pause, notice it. Then, secondly, question it. Ask yourself, is this actually true, or is this something I learned, something that was told to me, something that's being forced onto me? And then, third of all, replace it with intention. It's not a fake positive thought, but one that feels more true, more aligned, more supportive. That's how you start retraining your mind. You're becoming aware of the thought. You're then asking yourself, is this thought ringing true for me and how I move in life or who I am? Or is it coming from somewhere else? Replace the thoughts with, okay, cool, it's not true for me. What is true for me? Then move with that. Basically, I want you to become more aware of what you're thinking. Not with forced positivity, but with intention. You start choosing what gets to stay in your mind. And that's when your identity begins to shift. Not because you're trying to be somebody else, but because you're finally removing what's truly not yours. The law of mentality is not just about thinking better thoughts, it's about reclaiming authorship over your mind. Because if you don't decide what you believe, something else will decide for you. And you'll keep living a life that feels familiar but not aligned. So listen carefully to your thoughts. Not everything that sounds like you is you. And I'm still catching myself, by the way. This isn't a one-time thing. But now at least I know not every thought deserves a seat at the table. This is Notes with Nomfundo. Sit with that.